And we're live. For those of you watching the live stream, this is episode 553 of the Special Chronicles show. And talking about Disabled Voices Matter. Let's get the show going.
This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. Lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome to the Special Chronicles show. My name is Daniel and I'm the founder of Special Chronicles and the website specialchronicles.com, where you can stream archives of over 750 episodes absolutely for free, and follow Special Chronicles on social media, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Again, specialchronicles.com. This week on the Special Chronicles podcast, we're recording this. Well, this is actually live, not on a Monday. When we recording this on Thanksgiving, but just because it's been a busy weekend, this is the only time I could actually sit down to record this week's episode. But this week we've got a solo episode in which I'm going to be talking all about our Disabled Voices Matter design that is on our new merch store. So for those of you that just listened to the audio podcast, go check out the video because we're currently live right now on our YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And if you're watching the video, you can see that I am displaying our new Disabled Voices Matter t-shirt. We also have hoodies, coffee mugs, candles, and a Special Chronicles t-shirt as well. And so one of these days I actually put a banner up on the screen that says where you can shop on our store. But there will be a link in the show notes, or if you're watching the live stream, just look down in the link below, specialchronicles.com/shop, or if you just go to specialchronicles.com, you can click on shop and find our merch store and get one of these t-shirts, or get a hoodie, or coffee mug, or a candle. Lots of good stuff. And again, 60% of the profits from this merch store will go back to Special Chronicles. So when you shop, you are supporting, not only are you supporting the disability community, but you are also helping to support Special Chronicles when you shop on our store. So I wanted to begin by sharing a little bit how we came up with this design, and then maybe we'll get into a few comments from some of you listening, or some of the comments that I've seen since we launched it, I think a week ago on last week's episode. And if you're watching the live stream, which I think we might only have like one person watching, so if you're watching, you can, or anybody else that watches could just comment and let us know what you think of this new Disabled Voices Matter design. That, again, for the audio podcast listeners, what is it? Well, I'm displaying it. Or even, I think the image for this episode will probably be me wearing this t-shirt. So, yeah, there we go. But how we came up with it. So, this started, I think, the beginning of this year. And well, first, I had Jessica Connell, founder and CEO of Outshine Labels, on this podcast. So go back in the archives, and maybe if I remember, I'll try to include a link to when Jessica was on this podcast. So if you want to hear a little bit more about Outshine Labels, because they've got a lot of different collections and designs, and so we're proud to be on there. So I mean, our merch store is managed by Outshine Labels. But so after I had Jessica on, because originally when Jessica was on this podcast, we weren't sure if we were going to have a merch store, but afterwards we talked off air through I don't know if it was a Zoom call or Google Meet, or I know it was a video call, and then we also exchanged some emails as well. So we talked a little bit after of what a merch store would look like for Special Chronicles. And so, of course, we've got the Special Chronicles T-shirt that's on our merch store. But in addition to that, we wanted to come up with another design that really kind of fit with our mission, or fit with this podcast, that fit with this platform on Special Chronicles, that fit with our mission, and kind of fits with what we do. So Jessica and I went back and forth and kind of talking about, okay, so our mission is giving respect and voice to people with special needs. And really at the heart of what this podcast is, what this platform is, what Special Chronicles is the voices, the stories of those of us with disabilities. And when it comes down to it, it's the voices, it's the stories of those of us with special needs, those of us with disabilities that matter. We are creating understanding, we are creating acceptance and inclusion, through the podcast on Special Chronicles, through each episode, through the stories that we are telling on this podcast, on this platform. And if we were to put a whole mission statement, giving respect and voice to people with special needs, that would kind of probably be a little bit too long to fit on any merch item. It will be, whether it's a T-shirt or a coffee mug or a hoodie. Like our whole mission. So that's why we wanted to come up with something that was short, something that was simple, to that kind of got to the heart of what we're trying to do at Special Chronicles. And so that's where, along with Jessica, we came up with this Disabled Voices Matter design. And that's because at the heart, that's what we are doing. We are showing the voices of not only myself, but our guests and those of us with disabilities, and even people without, kind of within this community, will sharing the voices and therefore sharing the stories of those of us with disabilities. So that way, you, our listeners, have a better understanding and acceptance of what we're able to do, what we're able to accomplish. And so that's a little bit kind of how it fits into our mission. On that's a little bit of kind of how it fits into our mission on at Special Chronicles. Is Disabled Voices Matter. It's the voices, it's the stories of those of us with disabilities, kind of, that matter. And I'm going to kind of sprinkle that into some of the comments, because we launched it on last week's episode when we celebrated the 50th anniversary of Special Chronicles. And kind of in this past week, I noticed a few comments. So I'm gonna get to a few of those comments right now. One is, my mom had brought up the whole idea of people first language. So within Special Olympics and kind of within our community, a lot of it has to do with people first language. So saying that we're a person first and then our disability second. And some of you might kind of wonder, well, Disabled Voices Matter, it's not people first language. It's saying it's putting our disability before the voices, before our stories. So it doesn't kind of fit with that whole idea, with that whole message of people's first language. and then also kind of some people might kind of bring up, well, disabled is like you're disabling a voice, like, electronically. And that again, that's not what we were going for. And back to kind of to this whole issue of people force language, it's if you would have a phrase on any kind of type of line of mulch that was written in people force language, it would be a little bit too long, I think, to say. It would, it would, for example, with our mission statement, giving respect and voice to people with special needs. If you were to put that, it would be like, it would probably fill up the whole show. It just I don't know. It just wouldn't really kind of fit. And one point that I kind of want to make to kind of address kind of why this disabled voices matter phrase is not written in people force language. It's because it goes back to something that I learned from one of my journalism professors, is that when telling the stories of those of us with disabilities, our disability is the beginning part of our story, but it's our stories, it's our voices that matter. So it's the rest of our story that matters. And so by saying disabled voices matter, whether we're born with our disability, which a lot of us within intellectual disabilities were born with our disability, or whether you kind of develop it later in your life, our disability is the beginning part of our story, but it shouldn't be the end of our story. It's the rest of our voices, it's the rest of the story that matters. So that's a little kind of more kind of to what I kind of hope that people kind of get out of this phrase. So whether you're wearing one of these t-shirts or a hoodie, or you're drinking from our Disabled Voices Matter coffee mug, or you've got the candle, you recognize when you say, "Oh, Disabled Voices Matter," you recognize that it's our stories, it's the voices of those of us with disabilities that matter. So hopefully that kind of helps kind of explain a little bit of that. Again, if you have any other thoughts, feel free to put it in the comments of the live stream video, or you can email feedback@specialchronicles.com. Again, all those ways to kind of get in touch with me will be in the show notes for this episode 553 of the Special Chronicles show. I want to get into another comment. Let me pull it up here. There we go. Here we go. Another comment from a friend and previous guest says that she doesn't. No, maybe I shouldn't say for this here. Okay, well, I'll just say okay, this other person doesn't like the statement. This person feels like neurodivergent voices matter. This person doesn't want to be labeled as disabled. Other than that, this person thinks it's a nice message. So I want to kind of do my best to kind of address kind of this comment. And that is, I think it also kind of goes back to within our disability community, people have different ways of describing themselves. Some people might say, "Oh, special needs." Some people might say disability. Some people might say neurodivergent. But I think within a disability community, when you're diagnosed with it's the disability that is at the heart of the diagnosis that you have. And so whether somebody like this particular comment that might not necessarily agree with the Disabled Voices Matter, it in the end, I think um, this phrase is nice and simple and short. It even if you might not refer to yourself as having a disability, it still kind of gets to out that a lot of us with disabilities, our stories, our voices might not be heard that much. And that's another thing that of what we try to do at Special Chronicles through the past 15 years, through all the different guests. We try to create understanding, try to create acceptance, try to create inclusion for the voices, for the stories of those of us with disabilities. So whether you agree or you don't, I think everybody, it's okay to have your own opinion, and that's fine. But again, I like it because it's nice, short, simple, and it gets to the heart of what we're trying to do at Special Chronicles, which is tell people that the voices, the stories of those of us with the disabilities matter. And we still, I also kind of want to bring up, we still have our mission statement, giving respect and voice to people with special needs is still our mission statement. This phrase, disabled voices matter, is just this new line of mulch that also gets to the heart of what we're trying to do at Special Chronicles. With that, I want to get to another comment here from a listener, Katie, who shared when we launched the store on Outside Labels, and when we launched this merchandise store, and she says, my friend Daniel has been an amazing advocate and leader in disability equality for decades. I love this new line of merch, and I especially love that most of the proceeds go towards this awesome work at the Special Chronicles. Check it out. Congrats, Daniel. So thanks, Katie, for that comment. And so here's somebody that said that she loves this new line of merch. Disabled voices matter. So that's awesome that she loves this new line of merch, and that there was also another comment from her that said that she bought a whole bunch of from our merch store. So that's great. I also saw a few other comments from some of our international listeners from Great Britain that said that they also bought some of our merch as well. And again, specialchronicles.com, just click on shop, or you can go directly to specialchronicles.com/shop to look at all of the products that we have. And when you do buy from the merch, from our merch store, please share with us any pictures or videos. You can tag Special Chronicles and also tag Outshine Labels, so we can see and share because it will help to let more people out there know that our merch is getting out there, and we just would love to see you displaying all the Disabled Voices Matter shirts and hoodies and coffee mugs, or if you're wearing our Special Chronicles t-shirt, then we would love to see you displaying that. So be sure to tag at Special Chronicles, at Outshine Labels on Instagram, Facebook, and we would love to see you displaying that. So those are just some of the comments that we have. I think this will probably be a little bit shorter of an episode because, again, I'm recording this on a holiday, and it's a holiday week, and so that's why you're gonna get a little shorter of an episode this week. Do we have any comments from the listener from the live stream. Again, we don't do a lot of these live streams, but there we go. No, we don't. Let's see. I think we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and then maybe we'll come back with some final thoughts. So yeah, this is the Special Chronicles show. Hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit more about the backstory of Disabled Voices Matter, and we'll be right back. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives, and Wary is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they are literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. Support for Special Chronicles comes from United Airlines Bridge Disability Business Resource Group. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with United Airlines and the Bridge BLG. Bridge BLG is committed to being an ally for all employees and customers with disabilities. Bridge helps to create internal awareness to keep accessibility needs in mind and partner with key organizations to empower disability inclusion for employment and travel. Bridge, connecting people of all abilities. Book your travel today on United.com or on the award-winning United app. Learn more on United's commitment to disability inclusion for employment and travel at specialchronicles.com/United. That's specialchronicles.com/United. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcasts, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. And we are back. I may have kind of played some of those, some of the breaks out of auto. I usually do. But then again, if this is the first time that you're listening, then you probably don't even notice the difference. And maybe if you've listened to a lot of these episodes of this podcast, maybe you don't even notice that I play them out of auto. Because, yeah, you probably just say, oh, it's a break. I'm going to fast forward. Well, maybe you do fast forward. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But anyways, in the beginning of this episode, I hope you enjoyed a little bit about kind of how we came up with this Disabled Voices Matter. Maybe in a few weeks, we might do an Instagram Live with Jessica. We talk a little bit more about it. So I don't know. So if just follow Special Chronicles and follow Outshine Labels on Instagram, and we'll see. Because I don't think we figured out the time, but just follow Special Chronicles on Instagram, and we'll let you know when we do a Instagram Live, because we might do that where we talk a little bit more about the Disabled Voices Matter sometime in the coming weeks. But I hope again you can go to specialchronicles.com/shop. Or just click on if you're on specialchronicles.com, just click on shop and you can find our store. And before we go, because again, I think this will probably be just about a half-hour episode. Again, because it's a holiday week, and we've got some turkey to go eat. Yeah, and food to go eat. And a family to spend time with. I wanted to mention that I hope that you will support our Special Chronicles EON Giving Campaign. This giving campaign will help us in 2024, help us in the new year. Because we just celebrated our 15th anniversary of Special Chronicles, our goal is to raise $15,000 between now and December 31st. So we can operate our studio, so we can keep this microphone on, so we can keep the technology plugged in, so we can keep the lights on, so we can pay for the website hosting, the podcast hosting, the live stream video hosting. All this costs money each month, and so we really could use your support to help support, and we can continue our mission, giving respect and voice to people with special needs. You can visit specialchronicles.com/give. Do I have a banner for that? There we go. Specialchronicles.com/give. Or just go on to, if you go on to Special Chronicles, if you go on to specialchronicles.com right now, just click on Give Now, and that will take you to our donate page, and you can help to support our 2024 giving campaign, our year-end giving campaign. Help us try to raise $15,000 by the end of the year, so that way we can continue to produce this podcast, continue to produce these podcasts on Special Chronicles in the new year, because these stories and the voices of those of us with disabilities still matter, and we really could use your help. So please, again, go to specialchronicles.com, click on Give Now, and we thank you for this, for the bottom of my heart. I thank you for your generous support in our Special Chronicles 2024 giving campaign. So again, we're trying to raise $15,000 from between now and December 31st, we just are really grateful and thankful for all of your support. With that, one final thing, I know we talked about a little bit of the backstory and kind of going through some comments on our new Disabled Voices Matter line of merch, but I would like to let you know that you can shop our merchandise store and know that 60% of the profits will go to Special Chronicles. Our Special Chronicles merch store is managed by Outshine Labels. We have T-shirts. Like, again, if you're watching the video, then you see. If you listen to the audio podcast, then go look at the image for this episode, and you'll see me wearing the T-shirt. But we have T-shirts, we have hoodies, we have coffee mugs, we have candles. You can visit specialchronicles.com/shop. Again, that's specialchronicles.com/shop to shop our merchandise store. Or if you go on specialchronicles.com, you can see you can just click on shop, and you can shop our merch store. And we really thankful for your support. And again, if you do get any of our new line of merch, remember to tag at Special Chronicles, at Outshine Labels on Instagram, Facebook, and we would love to see you displaying. Like, if you're watching the video, then you see me displaying new line of merch. With that, I think we are going to sign off for this week's episode. But I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving this week. And again, Black Friday is coming up, and it's a season of giving, and the holiday season is upon us. And so, what better way to get some gifts for your family and friends than, again, to shop on specialchronicles.com/shop and get your family, friends a T-shirt, a hoodie, coffee mug, a candle, and this says Disabled Voices Matter, or it says Special Chronicles on it. And we would thank you for your support. So you can, again, show your support with our new merch store, specialchronicles.com, and click on shop. And until then, we'll be back next week. I think next week we're going to talk a little bit more about the season of giving and how you can support. And then we've got some new exciting episodes that are coming up in December as we wrap up the year. And all that. So stay tuned. Again, find links to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, LinkedIn. All those links to follow and subscribe to our newsletter can be found on specialchronicles.com. Remember to click Give Now to support our year-end giving campaign, and click on Shop to shop our merch store, again, on specialchronicles.com. We'll see you next week, and have a great week. Remember, disabled voices matter, and choose to include. We'll see you next week. Take care.
We're not just
Take care. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles podcast. Our podcast was produced by Daniel Smukowski on the Special Chronicles Network. Follow Special Chronicles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Subscribe, rate, and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our website, specialchronicles.com, where you can stream our archives of over 500 episodes for free. Also, there's a list of our favorites, original series, award-winning columns, and blogs. And sign up for our newsletter to receive exclusive bonus content delivered to your inbox. Again, specialchronicles.com. Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard. Thanks, as always, to our business manager, Adam Smukowski, who always encourages us to never give up. I'm Daniel Smukowski, back next week with more stories.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.